Oh, hello. Right, let's try this again. Let's see if I can make this work. No, it doesn't want to work. Hello, can you hear me? Don't you just love tech? Yeah, Sylvia, can you actually hear me? Yes, you can hear. You can't see me. Perfect. Right, I'm going to plow on because, yeah, as you've just said, don't you just love tech? So my webcam has decided this morning that it's not going to work, and then the live stream decided that it wasn't going to share any sound either. So if you try to log into the previous video, what you will just double checking, Sylvia, you can still hear me. So you can see the slide and you can hear me. Oh, maybe we can't hear me anymore. Oh no. Yeah, you can hear me. Okay, perfect. Right. So I'm going to plow on without the video of me, and I'm just going to get on with it because, yeah, technology. So good morning, everyone. I'm going to start again. This is your session on transforming your business and reclaiming your time. It's a sustainable success roadmap because as a service provider, getting fully booked can become this ultimate goal that we're aiming for. But the reality of that business model is that when our calendar becomes chock full with doing all the things in our business, it can actually feel impossible to grow our business, find the time to grow our business to that next level. We've actually created a business, or actually really a job, where we've limited our potential. And we didn't really go into business to work full-time hours for an inconsistent income. There has to be a better way. So what I'm going to walk you through in this training today is my sustainable success system, which is the steps that you can take to design your business and supercharge your offers so you can hit your income goals without the exhaustion. It's about escaping that time for money trap, leveraging your time without sacrificing on the quality of the delivery or on your bank balance. So I'm just going to quickly show you the sustainable success system. It's just a pyramid. We start off at the bottom with our vision and we build up from there. Making sure that we're laying the foundations as we go. We can't jump straight to marketing and sales, which can be something that we do, particularly in the online space. We do actually have to make sure that each of the steps are in the right order and in the right place so that we're building a business that is built to last and one that doesn't leave us feeling completely exhausted, completely drained, with no time to enjoy life. Now, one caveat that I want to throw into the mix is perfectly encapsulated in this picture because we can set our plan, we set our destination, and we want to get from point A to point B. And we hope that it's going to be as simple as jumping on our bike and getting to that final destination. But the reality looks a little bit more like the bottom picture. There are no secrets, shortcuts, magic pills, lots of things we won't know until we try them. We'll change, we'll evolve, and different things will happen and different things will kind of get thrown into the mix as our journey progresses. So we have to view any plan that we make as an experiment. It's not a set in stone. It's an exploration to see what's going to work and what's not going to work. We have to start getting content in the journey because our business growth is a process. So I'm just going to explain a little bit about my journey so far. I started in business in 2017. I left my career. I had a mental breakdown and I bought into a children's activity franchise. I was full of expectation, of flexibility, the promise to be available for my toddler, replacing my former salary, and actually committed to investing £35,000 over the course of a 5-year contract into this franchise business. Fast forward 12 months, I was fully booked, a success story, an inspiration to be shared across the network. But the truth of being fully booked was actually I was completely frazzled. I was working my ass off. My son was only 2 and I was earning less than £3.50 an hour. And this can be a trap that we get into when we're in a service-based business, is that we work really, 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 really hard, but actually we don't get that return on investment in terms of profitability out of the other end. After 18 months, I actually kind of 18 months further on down the line, I actually agreed to terminate my contract early. I had attempted to kind of boost my bottom line by hiring a team member and kind of reduce the amount of time I was spending working, delivering in the business. But actually, it just wasn't meant to be, and it wasn't going to work out. So instead, I set up independently as an educational consultant just as the pandemic hit, which obviously pushed everything online. And then I went through this whole journey of kind of online audience building. I built a membership site and got 100 members into that. I sold kind of online courses and digital products as well. And anyone who tells you that passive income is the holy grail to kind of escaping the time for money trap and leveraging your income, what I would say is that memberships, online courses, and digital products are not passive, particularly not memberships, which require a lot of kind of new content creation, admin support, and ongoing audience building. It has a lot of time and effort and energy that goes into audience building to sustain the whole kind of ecosystem. So anyone that tells you that memberships or online courses are the kind of the source to solve your issues and leverage your time, you can come and speak to me about it separately. I did a live stream on Instagram about it yesterday about the pitfalls, but it's something I'm quite passionate about, that there are alternatives to that kind of so-called passive income model. Lockdown ended. I closed my membership down because it was an absolute headache, and went back to in-person, was fully booked in 6 weeks, kind of more than 25 times to my hourly rate, was working half the time. But actually the business model was not scalable. I was still limited by my time availability. And by this time I had a second toddler in tow. So I did actively explore franchising as an option to scale my business. I looked at kind of got all my trademarks in place, registered as a limited company, went through all the processes and system documentation. But I actually realized that my passion for helping others to grow their business was about it being on their terms and in their way, not boxing them in, making them do something that was my way, on my terms, and what fitted for me. One of the things that I really strongly believe in is independence and autonomy, and cookie cutters don't cut it. We can't build a business like somebody else builds their business. We have to find the perfect fit for us. So this is what I do now. I help service providers who are kind of at that capacity of being fully booked in the daily delivery, stuck in the grind, doing the do. I help them find a way out of that by supercharging their offers so that they can create more space, more freedom, and the whole point of kind of going into business in the first place. So the first step of the sustainable success system is about where we are headed. And this is looking at our mission, our vision, and our values. And every single training online will tell you that it comes down to knowing where you're going. This is like the setting your sat nav. If you're going to a new destination, you don't go without knowing how to get there, or like the way that you're going to get there, without setting a kind of a pathway and setting in the destination. So we set our sat nav, and it helps us to get from where we are now to where we want to be. And we have to know our mission, our vision, and our values, both from a personal perspective, but also from a business perspective, so that these two intertwine to create the perfect balance. If we want the freedom to travel around the world, then actually we don't want to be building a bricks and mortar business. We need to be thinking about actually what we want life to look like in order to build a business that facilitates that lifestyle. And we also want to be focusing on our passion and our drive to make the world a better place. What is it that we're good at? How can we use our skills to serve and help people to achieve whatever result they want to achieve? So the first step is to reflect on actually, is what you're creating, is what you're building really reflective of your passions to help and the life that you want to create, the life that you want to facilitate? Because actually our mission, our vision, and less so our values, but our mission and our vision can change over time. If we think about that cycling, we set the flag, and actually, you know, then we end up going zip lining and rowing across the river and so on. And sometimes we get to where we think we wanted to go and we realize it wasn't really the thing that we wanted after all. So we do need to regularly come back to this kind of core, this heart, and double check that we're really heading for the right direction, that we still want to go to Newcastle rather than head off to Glasgow, because that would change the direction in which we were heading. So your mission is the why. Your vision is that long-term aspiration, the legacy, the impact that you want to leave. From a personal perspective, it could be, I want to retire in 10 years from now, which means that we need to be laying those foundations in our business right now to make sure that we're building a business model that's going to allow us to retire in 10 years from now. And then we want to think about how we want to be in business and in life. What is our personality? What do we hold strongly as beliefs and kind of perspectives and outlooks on the world? Because we need to make sure that the business we're building is aligned with the values that we hold on a personal level. We've already said that when I was exploring franchising, the big blocker for me was around this independence and autonomy, which is a really strong personal value of mine, and actually how that rubbed up against the concept of franchising being something that actually boxed people in. So we need to make sure that our values for both life and business are in alignment. So what I want you to do is just kind of have a quick reflection point, and that is reviewing where we're at right now with our business, or where you are at right now with your business. Like, what's working well for you? What have you learned in the last 12 months about yourself, your business, the way it's structured, your offers that you're putting out into the world? You know, where are things at right now? And actually, what do you think is the key focus, the most important thing that's going to help you to move forwards? Now, if you're here watching this, you are probably drawn by the title of kind of supercharging your offers, reclaiming your time. So your time availability is a big issue right now for you personally or within your business. You're booked out doing all the client delivery work, but you can't hit your income goals, and you don't know how to, because you don't have the capacity to, and you don't know how to kind of reshape and change your offers, change your business structure to enable you to do that. So you need to, if you've got that as an awareness, that means that you need to focus on actually, how can I change the way I'm structuring my business? How can I change the offers that I'm creating in order to kind of help move me forward, move me to that next level? I've also popped in, do a SWOT analysis. So SWOT analysis is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This is looking at what you're good at, what you need to develop, the opportunities that exist within the market for you to explore, and any threats to your business. So that is all part of our visioning, is looking at what we want, looking at where we are now, and working out what the gaps are to help us to move in the right direction. The next step is looking at our audience. And this is the people that we want to work with. So who are you selling to? Who is your dream client? Who do you most want to work with, sell to, serve, and support through your work? And this isn't about who you think you have to work with or who you should be working with. I want you to think about the clients that you have currently, and who are the dream clients, the ones that you absolutely love to work with. Who most values the work that you do? Because what we need to make sure is that actually we're selling an offer to somebody that values what we do, and small shifts here can make a big difference. So when I went from selling from parents to schools, I can't speak. Moving from my ideal client being parents to schools enabled me to significantly increase my prices, because educational settings valued my expertise much more than parents did. One of my clients has gone from offering first aid training to preschools and school settings to corporates, and has really been able to raise her prices because of that. I've worked with a VA who actually specializes in email marketing, and she has shifted her focus from solopreneurs to local businesses, local small businesses who have a real need to drive their email marketing strategy. And these shifts of who values our work most can make all the difference in terms of leveraging our time, because actually if you can charge more for the work that you're doing, you can work fewer hours to hit those income goals. So think about who you want to work with, who you're most passionate about, think about who values your work the most, and then think about who gets the best results. What experiences, background do they have, do they need in order to succeed? Because all of those things are going to come into play when you decide who you want to work with. And as I said already, small shifts can make all the difference. Now, you will probably have done ideal client work before. I encourage you to do this regularly, but what I do encourage you actively to do is to ditch the demographics. Now, demographics came up accidentally in a training session I ran in the summer, and instead of saying demographics, I said demographics, and now it's sort of stuck. But what I really want you to do is step away. Good morning, Paul. What I really want you to do is step away from the superficial stuff. She's 35 to 50. She has 2 kids. She shops in Tesco. She drinks coffee. Nobody cares. This is not going to help you drive real human connection. What we want to be doing is thinking about their daily reality. What do they need from us right now? They are a real human being. So this kind of fake, made up avatar, we need to ditch that. We need to know what's going on for them. What's keeping them awake at night? What is the first thing that comes to their mind when they walk downstairs in the morning and grab that cup of tea? What are they saying to their peers? What's their internal monologue? We need to dig deep into this. And we are going to start with a hypothesis. We are going to make some assumption based on what we know from the current clients that we work with, maybe our own prior experiences, but we are going to enhance that and validate that through research. We need to be conducting surveys, kind of observing in forums, like going into Facebook groups and so on, not to put our hand up and say we have the solution to this problem, but actually just listening and just observing to what's going on. We can conduct research calls, we can gather our client testimonials and case studies. All of these things are going to help us to build a picture of who this real human is, not some kind of made up ideal client avatar. Because what we want to be doing is creating solutions, offers that meet the needs of that client who we want to work with. Because if we are creating solutions that don't meet their needs, then we are going to really kind of keep ourselves stuck in this do, strive cycle. We need to be able to add value, create a transformation by offering a solution our ideal clients really want. So we have to understand them. We have to take the time to really get to know them. Now we come up to the next part of the triangle, which is about our offers. And I want you to review the offers that you already have right now. And I want you to think about which offers are your best sellers. Which ones do your clients really want you to deliver? How much time does it take you to deliver them? Are you actually underestimating the delivery time and therefore not charging enough? Or are you just plain over delivering because you're a perfectionist and you really want to deliver the best thing? But, what is the price point for that? Is that profitable? It's easy to think that being busy means your business is successful, but actually we want to keep an eye on that underlying cash flow and make sure that we really are. Because when I was fully booked and working really hard and flat out, but the reality of the situation was I was paying myself £3.50 an hour, that's when you know you have problems. Is your business scalable? Where can you actually take your business to the next level? Do you have offers that are scalable? So review those offers. Are they profitable? Are they scalable? Are they playing to your strengths and your passions? And anything that doesn't fit, consider getting rid of or tweaking and changing so that it can become something you love to deliver in a time frame that is kind of appropriate and at a price point that means that you are profitable. Now, I used to run birthday parties as part of the kind of educational consultancy work that I was doing. it was just like an extra income stream, and they were highly profitable. By far my most profitable income stream per hour. I had rave reviews, great referrals, but I hated doing them because I hated taking time away from my own family, my 2 young children, in order to do them. So I actually decided to stop doing them. Now, if you look at the bubbles on the page, we've got our core offer, and then we've got kind of introductory offers to bring people into our world. And then we've got our one-to-one or high ticket type offers. We want to consider different revenue streams within our business so that, yes, we have our core offer, but we don't want that to be the only thing that we offer. We want to make sure that our core offer is scalable, that we can grow it and it has potential that is limitless. But we also want to think about how are we bringing people into that offer? What kind of little micro offers can we have? And if we do want to do the kind of one-to-one, high touch, done for you type work, that is something that we can offer at a high price point, but it is not going to be the sole kind of core and heart of our business. So you're going to review your offers, and then we're going to think about the perfect offer, creating the perfect offer that is going to leverage your skills, your time, in order to take advantage of your unique brilliance in a value-led, results-driven way, so that you're providing a structured solution, you're maximizing the value and reducing your delivery time so that you can escape this time for money trap. So USP comes in 2 forms. It's constant and changeable. So constant USP is about you and your strengths and your skill set, and changeable is about how you're structuring your offers, the delivery of those, and the pricing as well. And both of these factors are going to come into play in terms of creating that perfect offer. So we start with our constant USP. What is it about us that our clients love? What are our strengths? What gives us the edge over our competitors because of our experiences, our perspectives, our passions, our interests, qualities, resources, qualifications, stories that we can tell? All of these things build a picture into what makes you you, what makes you unique, what is your USP. And I want you to consider maybe where you are not leveraging your strengths. So in this journey of kind of moving from education consultancy into strategy work, I've realized that my life and my experiences have come full circle, because my first career was as a business analyst. But I'd sort of discounted that because it was, it was my first job. I've been a teacher since then, and you kind of gain experiences over time, and you evolve. But actually, we can draw these skill sets and qualities and experiences that we've acquired over time to create and evolve into the person that we now are. So are you hiding any strengths from previous experiences because you don't think it's relevant to where you are now? Or maybe you realize that actually, like me, you've kind of come full circle, and those experiences can be drawn into the evolution, the iteration that you've stepped into. Step 2 is doing a competitor analysis, because we want to be gathering information about what's happening in our market so that we can find gaps and explore opportunities to create offers that improve on what is already out there or innovate. Remember, we want to think about what our ideal client needs, and we're going to create the solution to meet their need. What do they value? What do they need right now? Step 3 is having our own unique framework, our own kind of structure, process, system, whatever you want to call it. It's the thing that's going to be a repeatable, kind of packageable thing where we're not tailoring everything we do hyper specifically to each person, but we have a replicable, these are the steps, this is the process that I'm going to take you on to get from A to B. Because this kind of repeatable process is your USP. It becomes your unique selling point. Step 4 is about the offer structure. And you are not responsible for getting your clients' results. You're responsible for providing structure that facilitates their journey to success. So do not copy other people's offers. Do not go, well, because they've done that, I'm going to do this too. What do your clients need to succeed based on the solution that you're providing to the need that they have? There's all sorts of different questions that you're going to consider within the offer structure. What's the delivery model? The price point. You're going to consider kind of how much content and how much access they have to you, whether or not there's digital content, whether it's in person or online. Like, there's so many different facets of what that looks like. Homework, resources, trackers, everything can kind of build into what this offer structure looks like, both from a kind of core offer perspective, that transformation, that framework, but also the add-ons that are going to add the value that are going to enable you to supercharge this offer from charging by the hour into charging for the value, the outcome that you're delivering to your clients. Now, I want to talk about pricing, because pricing is something that we can struggle with. We can often undercharge for the work we do, or begin to discount our services in order to kind of make the sale. So pricing is a biggie, and it's really linked to how we supercharge those offers, because we need to know and we need to understand the value of the transformation. Our pricing is not a reflection of our worth. I hate the statement, charge your worth. It's not charging about your worth. You are priceless. It's about charging the value of that transformation that you create. You've created that framework. You're taking people on a journey. You're delivering outstanding results. That is the thing that you're charging for. They are charging for your expertise. I once heard a story that somebody had locked themselves out of the house, and they hired a locksmith who charged them like £500 to kind of get into their flat, and it took like 2 minutes for them to do it. Yeah, they weren't paying £500 for 2 minutes. They were paying £500 for all the experience and the value to that person of actually being able to get back into their house. So please do not hold on to that statement of charge your worth. It's nothing to do with your worth. It's about the value of the transformation that you're creating, which, when we look back to here, you've done all the work to understand why they would choose you, why your solution meets their needs. You've structured it in a way that is going to help them to get the results that they want. And you have a repeatable, proven framework, a proven process that you're going to take them through. Now, I'm kind of coming into land. We're going to talk about messaging very briefly, because once we have our solution, we need to make sure that we know how to sell it. Our messaging isn't about our copy. It's about how we share the power and the value of that work. If we cannot articulate the value, we will not make the sales that we need to. In order to supercharge our offers, we need to nail our messaging. And your brand messaging is on one side and your offer specific messaging is on the other. Your brand messaging is what connects people to you. It's your USP. It's your unique magic. It's what makes you stand out. Okay. We talked about constant and changeable USP. Your brand messaging is that constant USP. It's you. It's your strengths, your perspectives, your experiences, your qualifications, all the things that you know that you bring into the mix. It's your values. It's how you conduct yourself and your personality in business. Then we have, on the other side, we have our offer specific messaging. And this is what's going to convert people in your world to buying from you. This is where you position your offers in a way that shows them that your solution is just the thing they need right now to get past the obstacle that they have. So what is standing in their way? What happens to those obstacles when they work with you? And why is that even important to them? So at the moment, for me, my ideal client is somebody who is working their ass off. They are putting in all the hours. They are, kind of at that capacity of fully booked, working really hard, selling their time for money. And actually, they want space. They want freedom. They don't want to be the person that's doing all the do. So what happens when they can supercharge their offer is actually they leverage their time. They can charge more because they're not charging by the hour. They're charging for the value of the transformation they create. And that's what I help my clients to see, is how they can structure an offer that kind of encapsulates their expertise in order to supercharge it. And so what? Well, that means that they can go do yoga, they can have lunch with their mum, or they can, just read a book in the middle of the afternoon if they want to. Or for some of my clients, actually what it is they want to launch a new business or a new kind of strand within their business as well. And they need time and space to do that. So we want to paint that picture of what becomes possible. And we need to repeat our messaging over and over and over again so that our audience know who we are, the connection messaging, and why our solution is the thing that they need right now and what that means for them. So nail your messaging. And then we have the kind of sales, marketing, and delivery piece. This is obviously very, very important. I am not going to go into it in great detail here because this is about kind of supercharging and structuring your offers. But we need to be able to sell the offers that we're putting out into the world. And we need to make sure as well that our delivery is amazing. Because if our delivery isn't amazing, then actually we can't kind of scale and grow our business, because we don't have the proof, the testimonials, we don't have the kind of referral system that goes into place, etc. So what we're going to do is we're going to take people on a journey from kind of finding out about us to becoming loyal fans. And this is about mapping your customer journey. Now you'll see it in the top, these kind of titles. These are ones that you've probably heard of before. I've tried to translate them into kind of less marketing-y jargon. So basically it's like the person comes in and goes, my problem is this. This is my daily reality. And this is where all that work that we've done on understanding our ideal clients, and not that kind of demographic stuff, but the actual daily reality piece comes into play. And this is going to be on our social media, where we're showing that we understand the experiences that they're going through and the things that they might be trying to fix it. Then we come into this space of like, I need help with this, like actually what she's saying resonates with me and I need help with it. But what's going to help me? And this is where we can start to drive our offer specific messaging. This is the solution that I have to your problem. And we highlight why our offer fixes the issue. Then we get into this kind of service aware piece. And this is about which brand shall I use? Like, I want a personal trainer who understands that I like to eat cake on a Saturday. This is where our brand specific messaging comes in, because it talks about our values and our unique perspectives and approaches. Underlying this, we've got our sales. Okay, but we have to have a sales process. How are we getting leads through the funnel? How are we kind of pushing them along? How are we qualifying those leads? Are we doing DMs, discovery calls, sales pages, all of those different things, and kind of converting those interested people into buyers, so that our sales process is underlying all of this. And that's a whole separate piece. And then we can actually finally get them to buy. I'm in. I understand that you've promised me this outcome. I know that you're the solution to the problem that I have right now. And this is where delivery comes into play. We need to make sure that our delivery is outstanding, because we want to make sure that first impressions count, right? So we need to make sure that we're ready for them to buy, that we have all the processes and systems in place for that to run smoothly, that as soon as they buy from us, there's an onboarding process. They know how to access calls with us, or a kind of online system. There's opportunities for collecting feedback and feeding that into improving your delivery, testimonials, that they know where to make complaints if they need to. All of these different things are really important, because what we want to be doing is actually trying to retain customers. Retaining customers saves you time and drives revenue. It's critical that we can deliver on the promise that we said we were going to deliver on. We can't supercharge our offers, make a promise that we can't deliver. We have to make sure that we're supercharging our offers and kind of in an alignment with our strengths and with our skill sets. When we can retain customers, so a 5% improvement in retention rate is been shown to drive revenue upwards by between 25 and 95%. So statistically, if we can boost those retention rates by outstanding delivery and kind of making sure that we are delivering on the promised result, we're really going to boost our bottom line and save time, because we don't have to market so hard. And then we get into the kind of loyal fan phase, that I love you. How can I work with you more? How can I tell all my friends about you? This is about kind of how we can have a loyalty system or a referral program or something like that. Now, I'm aware that I have talked a lot at you because it's a big thing. Business strategy is huge. And there's lots of different facets that we have to consider. I would love to keep in touch with you. So I am at Ruth_Choi_strategist on Instagram. You can pop me a DM if you've got any questions. I offer a free 15-minute kind of supercharge your offer session. This is not a sales call. This is an opportunity for you to go, that's great. You've just spent 35 minutes talking at me. How do I apply this to my business, to my context? So that is an opportunity for you to kind of come, and I will give you one thing that you can take away to consider to get you started on how you apply this to your own business, because actually service providers is very broad. There's lots of different things that you could be doing. You might be a PT, you might be a dog trainer, you might be a children's activity provider, you might be a web designer, a copywriter. There's so many different facets of what that looks like. And then, yeah, so that basically we can jump on and have a chat. It's just over Zoom, and I can help kind of get you started in the right direction. I also have a guide on escaping the time for money trap. So if you want that, just DM me and I will ping it over to you. Thank you very much to Stacey for inviting me along. It was a pleasure to be here. I can't see any questions. I know that people have kind of dropped in and dropped out. I apologize for the technical issues at the start, the joy. But yeah, thank you very much for having me. Come and find me on Instagram. I'd love to kind of connect with you there. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can end this now.